World of Tanks, bonds farming. They talk a little bit about farming bonds, which means spending your time to try to acquire as many bonds as possible. That's your goal. And I'm going to tell you how to do it. Number one, you're going to want to play tier 9 and tier 10 tanks. However, you cannot go above the weekly bond limit per tank. So I checked one tank. There was 100 bond limit for the week. It was a Type 5 heavy. So you play these two vehicles. However, I think if you are playing them, you have to be in a tier 9 game or a tier 10 game. I think if you're playing like a tier 8 game, you won't get the bonds, but I'm not sure. Number two, you want to win more games, because if you win more games, you get more bonds per game. I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. Rank in the top 3 experience per game, and I believe you get more bonds per game. I'm going to have to post it below. Don't use directives for equipment because they cost bonds. So you don't want to use directives for equipment because you're trying to acquire bonds. And if you use directives for equipment, you're spending bonds. And then you're not going to earn enough to pay for what it costs, because it costs 10 to 12 bonds, and you might only be winning 10 per game. Someone said he gets 2 bonds per game. He just did something random. And someone said he got 28, I think, in one game. Because if you get the battle hero, I don't know if they still do it, but at one time, if you got battle hero medals, you got bonds, which means that you lose and you get a special award because you performed really well. Play battle pass when bonds are listed as a reward. You can get, 500 or 1,000 bonds playing battle pass. There was a time when every other stage was bonds, and you would get thousands of bonds playing battle pass. But what they do now is they just give you the directives instead. Play special game modes such as ranked battles, which offer bonds as a reward. I believe that I made the most bonds playing ranked battles, and the reason why is because they have like a prize tank when you play clan battles and ranked battles. And I think if you pay for it in bonds, like 15,000 bonds or maybe 30,000, then you get the vehicle, like a special prize. And so what they do is they give you a lot of bonds playing ranked battles so that you can earn the bonds to pay for the tank. So I have another topic here, which is about how to earn bonds. So here's where it explains that if you're in the top 3 by experience, you get 7. Otherwise, it's 5 for being in the top 10. And of course, 5 if you're on the losing team. 3 if you're on the top 10 on the losing team. It is tier 10 and tier 9. There's a little indicator. And during special events and daily missions, you can get bonds. This is how you select them in the garage, and this is what it looks like in the garage. And this explains the bond limit right here. This shows you that you get it with Battle Pass. You win 250 for completing the stage, which can be done in like 3 games. It can be done in 1 game if you're really, really good. And you get 100 bonds for completing these missions. And there's other missions which are called daily missions. I've already completed them for today, so I can't demonstrate them. Not visible on my in-game. I'm going to add it over here. If you go to my forum, I'll have it added over here. I think I know where I can find a copy of it. And you can come over here and you can read about bonds to get some ideas about how to acquire them. But basically, you're going to play tier 9 and 10 tanks, and you're going to do ranked battles and clan wars, and you have to check occasionally, like once a month. At the beginning of the month, they'll tell you what events are going to be. So for Seal Hunter, I think the prize, like if you won first prize, they'd give you like 1,000 bonds or something. But I really don't remember. And they probably did it for Frontline, but they change it all the time. It's never consistent. Okay, so that's how you do bond farming in World of Tanks. If you have any questions or comments, you can go to cheapbooks.cc and look up bonds, or post below.